Coming up, we're going to be taking a look at my solo trip to Walt Disney World.
Like Han Solo.
Sure, if that's the joke that you want to do this late at night.
Welcome back to Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Jessica.
And I'm Kyle.
And tonight, like he said, we are going to talk about Kyle's trip report from his solo camping trip.
Yeah, first of all, how did you feel about me taking a trip without you to Disney World?
Well, if you just hear it that way, I feel really sad. But then when you hear camping, I'm like, yes, I didn't have to go. I don't camp.
Well, have you ever camped before?
Yes.
You
one
have?
time.
How did it go?
In college. No, 2 times.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, and that does not count. That is not camping.
I got pee on my leg.
Oh, my goodness.
It counts. I was little.
Wow. Well, I guess...
The other time, it was like real camping in college, and it wasn't very fun.
That wasn't camping either. Not to say...
Neither was this!
Not to say what I did was
this
true camping.
Glamping.
Yeah, that's what... You finally used the word I taught you.
I mean, I still don't do it, but...
Well, what Jessica's talking about is I finally decided, I've always talked about it, taking a solo trip to Walt Disney World.
To Dolphin
To Walt Disney World. And I've heard this is like one of the most fun things you can do. Now, I could only do it by going down there for like 2 days, or really 2 nights. And then I had to spend as little money as possible because I saved up a little bit of, my little allowance money to go. And also, I didn't go to any parks. So that was kind of the caveat as well. It was like I was going to go down there, experience everything else, just not go to the parks. And I had a blast.
You had a big list of things to accomplish, too.
Yeah, I did.
Like, I don't know when you would have fit a park in there.
Well, and that's kind of what I was thinking, too, was, should I get the urge to, like, go into a park that one full day I was there? I was like, can I really justify spending $100 on a ticket for only half a day's worth of, So... I didn't end up going to a theme park, but I can tell you this much. Disney Springs in and of itself is a theme park in and of itself right now. Like, it's so much to do there, so much to experience.
Maybe an attraction.
Well, they do have that virtual reality thing now with Star Wars, but I didn't go do that because, again, trying to spend as little money as possible while trying to still eat some Disney food. Cue the stuff right there because, well, I guess I'll talk about the food in a second. So I went to Fort Wilderness and set up camp there. And, to be honest, I was kind of worried about it because you saw me trying to set the thing up outside, and it was pretty funny, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How did it look when I was setting it up out there to test out if I could do it?
I just kept the blinds closed because I could hear you, like, making
noises.
Yeah, it's saying things like, "Are you serious?
Are you serious?"
Yeah,
it's
I just
really
kept
happening.
hearing that. So I was like, I'm just going to shut the blinds and not even try to help him. Because I knew that if I helped you, you wouldn't be able to do it by yourself in Disney World.
Yeah,
so I had to leave you to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and this tent that I had was made for like sleeping 4 people, I think.
Yeah, it was a big tent.
So it was a big tent, but it's the only thing that I had for free to use.
Who took it down, though?
You did when I left it up before the snow hit.
Yeah, because Kyle was a genius. Not snow, rain.
Rain, whatever it was.
And decided to leave the tent up overnight, and then it thunderstormed the next day. He was like, "Hurry, you gotta take the tent down!" Oh, great. So I'm out in the backyard trying to take this darn thing down. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, anyway, back to Fort Wilderness here. I set it up pretty easily. I even did a video time lapse that maybe if it worked out, I'll put up on our YouTube channel of me frustrated trying to figure out how to get this thing to set properly in the sand. That's the thing about Fort Wilderness. You have a sand pit to set it up in, and you have that little concrete pad that you can park your car on, a grill, the hookups that you need for, like, if you want to have TV, and then you've got a bunch of extension cord outlets.
But most people would want to have TV if they have their camper.
Right. So that's there if you need it. They also have a hose that you can use to, I guess, wash off if you wanted to. They also have the comfort stations, which is why I call it glamping, because you're having all this easy access to bathrooms, to transportation, to showers. There's washers and dryers there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So people stay there a while.
Yeah. I mean, this is how people sometimes afford to come to Disney, period. And to be honest, I see why it's such a big appeal because there's just so much to do there outside of just like sleeping there.
Yeah,
and
you almost had trouble getting a campsite.
Yeah, I really did. And they told me that...
Sorry, yeah.
No, they told me that this was the most popular resort.
Yeah, which... There are a lot of adventurous people out there. There's nothing that can get me to sleep outside.
I will tell you this. my biggest worry was not was I going to be able to sleep, but would it feel creepy or something? But you're
Right.
close enough to people to where you feel safe. And then there's a lot of, I'll call it activity, buses going by and stuff, and security guards. So you do feel safe, but it's also quiet too. And it's really funny. So like I slept perfectly.
I just feel like if God had meant for us to sleep outside, he would have never built houses.
Okay. Well, enough about camping, because we can talk more about that another time in another video. But let's talk more about what I actually did at Disney World once I had everything set up. And the first thing that I did
was eat.
Come on, you're going to make me seem like a fatty.
Whoa.
The big thing about this trip is I wanted to try a few things new. And so I went over to the Boardwalk and checked that place out because
the Boardwalk's where they have that ice cream place, right?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I lied. Yes, it is.
It's
on the Beach Club Resort on their side of the Boardwalk.
Okay.
So for those who have been, there's the Boardwalk that you can obviously walk on that leads from Hollywood Studios all the way to Epcot. There's the Boardwalk Resort there as well. And then on the other side of the lake, you can go to the Beach Club and the Yacht Club, which are fabulous. It's Beaches and Cream is what you're talking about. So I went and visited Beaches and Cream, not to eat because she wasn't there. I couldn't do that to her.
Thank you.
And you need a reservation now. So, but it looked...
And you couldn't have finished the kitchen sink.
No, I definitely couldn't have finished that on my own. But what I did do is I really couldn't decide of all the places to choose from there on the Boardwalk to eat. And I just went to something simple, the Pizza Window outside one of their Italian restaurants. And it was good. Now,
and it was good.
It was really good pizza. It's not your typical Disney pizza that you get from Pizzafari. I know you love it.
Okay,
It's not. It's actually what should have been two huge slices, but there was like one big slice, and so it fills you up. You get a side item with it, which I chose a salad, which that was too green for me. But overall, the meal was great, good value. So go try the Pizza Window over there. Does
it have a name, or is it just
the Pizza Window? That's what it's called.
The
Pizza Window. And then you go on the app, and there it is on the Pizza Window.
Wow. I really thought that was just what you called it. Okay.
No, it's just it's what it is.
Cool.
So I spent a lot of time there enjoying the nightlife. There's actors out on the boardwalk. That was a lot of fun to watch.
So is it a lot like Disney Springs? Like, you know how at night on the weekends they have kind of entertainment?
It's a tame Disney Springs. Now, granted, I was there in January when there's no, it was great weather overnight. I mean, this is like mid-60s, the faintest breeze that night and then the next night. So it was just perfect weather while I was down there. So the boardwalk, I couldn't have chosen a better night to be out there walking around, watching the fireworks, enjoying the atmosphere. So we're going to have to go hang out there one night so you can experience it and go see Beaches and Cream. I know that's the real reason.
Yes, go eat there. I don't want to see it. I want to eat it.
Well, I want to eat there, but the reason I want to stay there is because I finally got to see the pool that the Yacht Club and the Beach Club share.
Man, Kyle's all about the pools.
It has a lazy river built into it. Yes. And I
like
believe it's a sand bottom pool too. And they apparently have the best slides. So it's so expensive, but one day we are going to stay there. Even if it's just not even one night. No, 2 nights. We need 2 nights there. Oh, okay. We're going to do it. So Boardwalk's awesome.
I guess y'all heard that.
Yes. Moving on towards the end of that night, I took a lot of transportation around just to kind of shorten the story up. Lots of boats, lots of whatever. To get to the Polynesian and to have my traditional Dole Whip to start the trip, which was amazing. I was
so jealous.
I know. Didn't I send you a picture of that?
You did. That was like, I was getting ready for bed, about to, cry my life away as work is about to begin the next day. And Kyle's like, haha, I'm getting a Dole Whip. I'm like, great.
I had to rub it in just a little bit.
You did. It's all right.
Usually I enjoy this outside, but this time I went and sat in the lobby and just listened to like the ukulele music, and then I could smell Ohana upstairs, and then Kona Cafe, has smells coming from it too. It's just
your people watching.
I literally could have just sat there forever, but if I hadn't, I wouldn't have gotten to some of the cooler stuff that I did, which was on my full day after sleeping at Fort Wilderness. I moseyed on over to my favorite. Well, I keep saying my favorite, but it's one of my favorites, Animal Kingdom Lodge.
That's so... Oh my gosh, I just love that.
I planned to spend about an hour or something there, which would have made me take lunch over at Coronado Springs. Ended up staying there almost 2 hours plus, because I ended up eating lunch there at the Mara, where I tried the African... I had this corrected this week. I'm going to try to pronounce it. African Poji is how it's supposed to be said, which is basically a dish at the Mara, which is like stew over rice. Very filling, and for the price, very good. So that was my first time.
It looked really good.
It did. Well, obviously I ate it, but I would know. So
Yeah.
But the Mara, we've never eaten there before. That was my first time trying that. So there were a lot of cool options there. Obviously, I watched all the animals forever.
I was just really impressed that you actually ate
I know.
African food. My family grew up in Africa, so it's kind of like this nice,
coalescence of.
That's the word I was looking for. Coalescence.
Big fancy word, We just.
Well, it was just an amalgamation of everything.
Why are we doing
in
this?
my life.
Why are we doing this? Was that your stomach?
Yes.
You just ate.
It's digesting. Okay.